What is going on YouTube? I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about the mods that I've done on the truck. So let's talk mods. So as you guys have seen me over the last, I would say 4 months, modding out my GMC Canyon, you notice I've done quite a bit of upgrades, and I just kind of want to go over the cost of these things and also what you can do to enhance the look of your, whether it's a Chevy Colorado or it's a GMC Canyon, to kind of enhance the look of your truck. So these are some mods that I've done that I think really set this truck off. So probably one of the first mods that I did on the truck was the window tinting. The window tinting, I did it all the way around. I have 20% in the front as far as the front passenger and the driver, and on the back I put 5%. And really I say 5% because basically the sprayed on tint that it kind of comes with the vehicle, I basically had him to put 5% on top of that, so it's a little darker than what you would get if you just put 20% on top of the factory tint that they claim that they put on the vehicles. So I had to add it to it, and I thought it really enhanced it, and it really looks good on the truck. I didn't put 20% all over it because I wanted a darker look, but I did put 20% in the front, and that's just because of visibility. I wanted to still be able to look out the side windows and just be able to look at my blind spots a little bit better. So that's why I kind of went with that. The mod that I think that to me really sets off the truck is this tonneau cover. This is a roll-up tonneau cover versus what you would see on most of them. I know a lot of people like the hardtop tonneau covers. I actually prefer this one. I think it just looks good on here. And this is by Real Truck, and you can kind of see that right there. And let me show you how this thing works a little bit. So basically it has a lever that's located right here. Pull that lever, and these things are Velcro strip down, and it folds all the way down or all the way back towards the glass of the truck. So I really like this, and what I like about it too is it sits pretty snug, and it's not really difficult, but you definitely have to make sure that you line it up with those tracks that's located on both sides, and then just kind of give it a good slam down, and it's pretty much good to go. So I really like the way it looks. It gives it a nice sleek look, and this is a low profile tonneau cover that I got when I purchased the truck. So it came in and I was just so anxious to put it on, and I really think it gives a really good look to it. The next up, what I did as far as with the tailpipe, as far as the exhaust tip, I took an exhaust tip that I got off of Amazon, and this one, as you can see, it has no bracket as far as brackets for the exhaust tip. I don't really have that because it fits so snug on here. Really snug. I think this exhaust tip cost me like 20 bucks. I haven't had any issues out of it all. It does have a matte finish on it, so it's not shiny or anything like that. I didn't really want that. I really wanted a short one. On the Colorado ZR2 I had a long tip one, and it looked okay, but I think this one looks more factory versus the other one. And again, this is with the less cost. The only thing that really to me separates this one from the factory or the one that you would get offline is just having the GMC logo or the Chevy logo on top of it, which really wasn't that appealing. I really think this was a really cheap, easy mod to do, so I took care of that one. So really, I want the truck to look good, but I don't want to spend a crap load of money on it. The window tint is probably the most I spent on it. I know I talked about that earlier. I didn't really give you pricing on that. So I've been working with window effects for years as far as with tint on my vehicles. So they was able to tint the front, the back, and also the front windshield of my truck, because I didn't mention that earlier. I got the front windshield done, and that's at 45% in the front. So again, this is another sharp look. All the way around, I think I spent like close to 600 bucks all the way around, and it is ceramic tinting. So I got a really good deal on that. And any of you guys know, I don't know how it is in your state, but ceramic tint is like expensive because it lasts a long time, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's best, especially on the back window where it tends to peel once you put on your your fog on there in the back, as far as put on the, putting that on, it really can cause damage, because sometimes that will peel right off when you're removing the tint. So to me, having using that option on here, especially as it's getting colder, I will be doing that. Next up, I actually did the wheels. This is my second wheel. The first wheel I did was a zero offset, and it was by American Outlaw. It was an okay looking wheel. It didn't really have the offset that gave me that aggressive look that I wanted. So I went with these American Force. And these American Force wheels, as you can see, they are has a machine look on it, and also has a nice gloss black finish on them. And again, this is a negative offset on these wheels. These wheels cost me, or what the retail price for these wheels when I first looked at them were about $1,300, and they was running a special on them. They took the American Outlaw wheels off my hand, which they almost gave me a full refund. So I ended up coming out of pocket an extra $200. So I didn't think that was a big deal, because the offset on these, and again, this is a negative 18 offset, it looks so good. I really wanted these wheels in the beginning, and I was kind of kicking myself after I got an American Outlaw. But I think this really sets the truck off really, really, really nice. And we're going to circle around front of the truck so you can kind of see that offset. And that offset, man, this looks so mean on this truck on the approach angle. So I really love the way this truck looks because of that negative offset. So another good mod that I actually did, and I'm actually going to go back and get this done. Some guys replace these all together as far as these side marker lights. I decided not to do that. I wanted to get them done cheaper, so I actually had them to put a 3M film on there, which was a really dark tint, and it was still able to see the marker lights at night. And it cost me about $100 for them to do it. So it was a really, really, really cheap mod. But here in the future, I'm thinking about getting it done again. And I don't know if you guys have looked at some of my other videos. As far as the reset video I talked about, someone actually scratched the film that was on here and peeled it off. I guess they wanted to see if it was actual film versus was actual replacement side marker lights. But it was easy to take off. So yeah, I'm out of $100, but I still like the way the truck looks even now with just the marker lights being set back to factory. So it's really not a really big deal to me. I did have a video, guys, earlier about raising the running boards on here. The raising those running boards really cost me really next to nothing, because the only thing I really used was the brackets. And I still have the brackets over there, but as you know from the previous video, I lowered them back down to factory because I've been having some back issues because of my workout routine and also with martial arts. So it was like really, really killing my back. So it was really painful. So I lowered them back down, but those brackets, you really can't buy them cheap without getting running boards along with them. So I think altogether it was like $89 to get the brackets that raise those running boards up. And again, I used the running boards that came along with the truck. So that was a nice simple mod. Also, as you can see, I have the mud guards on here, and they are GM mud guards. And you can see the GM logo just located right here on them. And again, it's a nice, easy mod. Both sets, they set them separately. You get a front mud guards, a pair of those, and you get rear mud guards for the back. And they literally cost me altogether like $120. Again, you guys that have the GM app, which you get these reward points. So out of pocket, I spent like maybe $30 for them because I had a lot of reward points built up. So, and I still have some left over. So it's just $30. The hard part about installing these things, again, I talked about before, you got to have the right equipment, because it is a little tricky trying to put these mud guards on, and you can kind of see in the back right there, but they really hug the line of the fender flares that's located on the truck that came along with it, and the lines on here just match up very well. So I'm very, very pleased with that. So that's kind of what I did with that. Also here in the back, I put a 4x4 badging on here. And again, when I had the Chevy Silverado, I had actually purchased new Z71 badging for it. So I decided to use the 4x4 that actually came with that, just to throw in the back. And it really didn't need it, but I still like the touch of that. On the back portion back here, you see that third brake light that I replaced back there. The factory one just looked kind of cheap, so I replaced that. And this was only 30 bucks off of Amazon. So that was a real quick, easy mod. It's a plug and play. So I was able to install that myself. Some of the mods are a little bit more, I guess you would say, technical. I've had other people to kind of help me with the thing. And you guys have seen me show off this one, the actual lift or the leveling kit that I have placed on here. And this is a 2-inch leveling kit. So this is 2 inches in addition to the 2 inches that came with the factory lift. So it's actually lifted 4 inches total all the way around. The back did not need to be touched. I originally brought a 1-inch block to go in the rear, to go down there on top of the leaf spring, and I did not have to do that. I kind of kept that the factory. And I hope you can see that back there, kind of shining it back there, but that's still the factory side. So it didn't squat at all. It just leveled off. And let me show you where that 2-inch block is, or 2-inch block that I have down here. And hopefully you can see it. It's located right down in this area, right in here. Hopefully I'm getting that with the camera. I'm using my stick today, so I'm not quite sure if I am, but it definitely just looks great. It definitely looks really, 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 really good. I'm in my neighbor's driveway today, but it just looks so freaking nice to see this truck just leveled off. And it definitely drives a little different. And that actual mod was only like 60 bucks. It cost me more, of course, on the install. And my buddy, he did it for me for 100 bucks. But it definitely just adds a nice little flair to the truck. The last mod that I've done on this truck so far is these tow hooks, or recovery hooks at the bottom down here. You know, the ones that came with it are the black recovery hooks, and they just kind of blend in well with the vehicle. I wanted something just a little bit more eye-popping, so I went with these recovery hooks that I got offline on Amazon, and these actually have the shackles that are along with it. And the shackles, again, I have the video kind of showing that. The shackles itself were 60 bucks. The recovery hooks, as far as these new ones here, cost me 30 bucks, and I got them on sale on Amazon. They had like a little sale. And these actually match the GM logo as far as the badging up there, as far as that same color. So it looks really, really, really good when it's coming down the street, and you just get a really nice look to the truck. So I'm, like I said before, I'm like really pleased with the way the build has gone so far. So guys, those are the mods that I have on the truck. I just broke 7,900 miles on the truck. Am I seeing anything a little different? Going from first to second is just a little rough. Not something that is a concern right now, but something definitely I'm going to get with GMC when I take it in to get another checkup on the vehicle. But outside of that, the truck runs good. I know you guys have seen my cargo net that I have in the back here. And I'll pull this down again so you can kind of see that. Again, this is something I got off of Amazon, and it has the pouch on it where, you know, you can kind of store some stuff in there. And I've kind of played around with this over the last couple of weeks to kind of see what I want to do. And it's the one that has a zip on the side here where I can have some pocket storage here, whether it's tools or whatever I want to put there. But it's a nice, quick, easy mod, and it kind of helped me have additional storage back here, along with the actual compartments that kind of come with the truck. So as you can see, again, this is kind of standard now with GM, where they have that extra storage back down here for you. So I actually like this. Let me lock this up. Yep, pop that side in, pop that side in. So it just gives me extra storage back there if I need to have something special on the road trip. So guys, those are the mods that have done on the truck so far. I'm trying to figure out now if I really want to do that 6-inch or 4-inch lift on here, because adding 4 inches, so I'm going to be 6 inches taller all the way around on the truck. I really don't have any issues driving it on the highway with the way it is kind of right now as far as with the lift. And you can see the truck looks really good with the 4-inch lift. So I'm thinking about staying with that. But I do have a couple of things I want to do interior wise with the mods to kind of enhance the interior a little bit. So I'm thinking about that. So guys, tell me what you think. I know some of you guys have commented on the build so far on the truck, but I really like the way it's coming about as far as overall look of the truck. But these have been really simple, easy mod. The most expensive mod, of course, is always going to be your wheels. I really wish Rocktrix would have had a 20-inch wheel that would have worked for me, because I really like their product. But they're more so for your Toyota, your Ford product, and they do have a nice set for Jeep as well. The 20-inch options on there are usually plus 12. They do have one negative offset, and that is a negative 12 offset that comes with the Rocktrix. But it really wouldn't work with, I think, the GMC Canyon, because it's a wider body vehicle. And again, these are negative 18 wheels, and it gives to me the perfect look that I'm going for on the truck. So I really like the negative 18-inch or the negative 18, offset that comes on it, the way it looks on the vehicle. So guys, again, that is the look of the vehicle, and I'm really loving the way this build is coming around. So guys, as always, like, share, subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one.